on.
Well, I was sharing that because of some things that have come up recently in my life, I decided to um, take a step. Not, it's not even a step back. It's sort of like an intentional pause to refocus and give myself some grace and some time. So I basically cleared a lot of my calendar for October in order to do that. And now, in the process of being really thoughtful about what goes back on the calendar. Um, so that's what I was sharing when we ended the mastermind. So, not sure if that brought up anything for anyone else.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about when you say I'm being really thoughtful about what goes back on the calendar. What does thoughtful look like?
Um, I tend to want to do all the things. So I'm like, sure, I can totally squeeze that in. And being thoughtful means like scheduling rest time or self care time. And as opportunities present themselves, thinking about, does this support me? Does this support my goals? Is this something that it's the right time for? Is this like not the right time for this particular thing? So when I say thoughtful, I just mean those types of things.
Hmm. I love that. It really resonated with me because I like to do all the things too, right? And then I say, oh, I'll do that. And then I'm like, what did I just get myself into? Because where am I going to find time for that? But I don't want to miss anything. And it's not really fear of missing out. It's that it really like, it's more like I really am interested in all this stuff. Like, and so the thoughtful, going back to, so how does this fit in with, my goals and my why, right? My purpose, what I'm doing. And the thing is that a lot of times I can make a case for it. Like I know exactly how it fits back. So, okay, now it's prioritizing all those things that I can make a connection to. So, yeah. So, anybody else, anything come to mind when you were listening to Amy or from earlier?
Deciding like deciding to take time when we need it, that has been a really big thing this year because there have been so many things that have needed my time, so I mean, my brother and his health and making sure to see him, and then their wedding, and then like there's just been thing after thing after thing after thing, and the move and all of that. And so um instead of feeling shame or guilt around it, being able to say, okay, these are the things that are needed, in my life, in our lives, in my family, all of that. So to be able to have freedom and be fearless in deciding to take the time so that what needs to happen can happen, that the
Mm.
needs, instead of the things that we think. Like, I come very what's it called, innocently or something like that, to being a workaholic, because like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And really fighting against that and fighting for myself and my family and businesses, that has been a really big thing this year.
Hmm. I I wrote down, put it in the chat, like the difference between take time and make time.
Mhm.
Because what really resonated with me when you were saying that is that if we say make time, it's like in the and this is our words matter, right? Like making time means I have to be really clear on how I'm going to make time and what else I'm going to give up, right? But if I take time, will what is not necessary just fall off,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Will the universe kind of provide it for me?
Yeah.
Beth and I had a really good talk on that this morning in a pop-up action hour, about not necessarily always having to make a decision, but doing what comes instinctively and letting it flow from there. So, interesting. Good stuff, you guys. All
And
right.
and I think too, one thing that comes up for me is, being thoughtful is also like where I'm at energetically, and looking at things and thinking, you know what, like I was excited about that when I put it on the calendar, and with everything else going on, like energetically now is not the right time to fit that in. So I can
Mm,
shift that. And if there isn't an opportunity to shift that, then it wasn't meant to be. Um,
mm. Yeah, managing our energy versus our time. I like that. What's fueling you energetically? Wow, good stuff, you guys. I'm so glad that you were all here. And yeah, it's 4 o'clock. So I will stop this recording and we will